Before Leslie Cheek Jr. became the second director of the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts in 1948, he was already passionate about theater. During his college years, he designed sets for the University Players in West Falmouth, Massachusetts. One of his initiatives at the museum was to expand and integrate the performing arts with the visual arts in the galleries. He said, quote, "The Virginia Museum plans to use the dynamic arts of theater to help expand and enrich the cultural life of the people of an entire state." As a result, the Virginia Museum Theater opened in 1955, when he again put his architectural degree to use by designing the interior shell of the theater. Although there were several others who served as artistic director, it was Cheek's leadership that helped guide the theater to its success. Before closing in 2002, the theater ran 47 full seasons for a total of 303 productions. During his 20 years at the Virginia Museum, he transformed it from a regional gem to a major public arts institution that supported and presented theater in Richmond's first professional theater. On August 1, 1953, 6 actors, 2 children, a dog, a cat, and 2 pigs moved into a historic ruin called Hanover Tavern. They founded the nation's first dinner theater and named it Barksdale after a deceased college friend. Family life continued upstairs, actors performed downstairs, and dinner was served in some of the other rooms. During the first 6 years, 4 of the original founders moved on, leaving Pete Kilgore, Muriel McCauley, and newcomer Nancy Kilgore in charge. In the seasons that followed, Pete, Muriel, and Nancy produced the area's first professional productions of many great plays and musicals. In defiance of Jim Crow laws, Barksdale was Virginia's first performing arts organization to open its doors to integrated audiences. And in 1973, they produced Virginia's first professional play based on African-American experience, Lorraine Hansberry's To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. In 1993, Pete, Muriel, and Nancy retired after 40 years and 190 productions. In 1996, to accommodate a full restoration, Barksdale left Hanover Tavern for new facilities at Willow Lawn. They started working in partnership with Theater 4 in 2001, and 11 years later, which included a return to the tavern in 2006, Barksdale Theater and Theater 4 merged to form Virginia Repertory Theater. The work of Pete, Nancy, and Muriel invigorated our theater community, and the memories live in the hearts and minds of those who were part of a great and unique history. In 1940, the Chekhov comedy A Marriage Proposal was one of the first productions presented by what would become the theater department at Richmond Professional Institute, now VCU. It was directed by a young Raymond Hodges, who was head of the department until he retired in 1969. When he joined the university, he was the only faculty member in the department, with only 1 student majoring in theater. Hodges required students to study and perform a broad spectrum of plays. He said, quote, "Students would like to do all avant-garde things or a season of musicals, but we don't want to negate all of the theater or dramatic literature of the past." During his tenure, he built it into a nationally recognized program with approximately 150 undergraduate and graduates every year. Under his leadership, VCU became the first degree-granting theater program in Virginia to offer bachelor's and master's of fine arts degrees. One of his dreams was to have a real theater for the department. Before his retirement, he said, quote, "The Schaefer Street Playhouse was only a gymnasium. The studio theater was made over from a church. If this university is going to have a part in the dramatic scene in Virginia, it's going to have a theater." His 30 years of service were recognized in 1985 when the Raymond Hodges Theater in VCU Singleton Center for Performing Arts was named in his honor. Raymond Hodges' legacy will live on in the thousands of students who still honor his memory on stages around the country with their talent, skill, and affection. Congratulations to the first recipients of the Richmond Theater Legacy Awards.